Hey, I'm alive. It's the hamsarris. So Saturday's video just kind of got not done because I just got busy with everything, and I'm very sorry about that. However, I have a valid excuse for Tuesday's video. I actually was from like Sunday to like even now was kind of sick. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but like let's just go with like it wasn't the flu that was going on around whatever it is, but I did tweet about this. I'm gonna put it up here. It's the same as my channel name. That's my Twitter handle. Go check that out. Go follow my Twitter so you get guaranteed notifications for when a video doesn't go up, when a video does go up, and just my thoughts on stuff, be it from what's going on in my life to video games. Speaking of video games, this is a good segue to today's video. You see, gamers, gang leaders as well, don't get riled up. We're including you for once. Not only must we live in a society, we must rise up. Not just against the Veronicas of the world, those fucking thoughts that would not take us to prom. We have to put them on hold. Because we have a bigger issue on our hands right now. We must rise up against the World Health Organization. I shit you not, because they have come up with something called gaming disorder. So what is gaming disorder besides bullshit? The World Health Organization classifies it as being characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. One, this should be considered addiction because it sounds a lot like addiction. The criteria is way too broad. They're painting with a broad brush. It even, I feel like, overlaps into addiction. Like, we're not just like throwing away our lives to get another level in, to get another round in, and to be honest, it isn't even that bad of an addiction from what I've seen in my friend group, because a lot of my friends, we all work like 40+ hour weeks. All right, so if we have everything done around the house, all of our work stuff is done at work, nobody needs us, and if we don't feel like doing stuff in our other interests, like I play guitar, I play bass, I like history, if those don't grab my attention for a day off and I just want to chill out and play video games, I'm gonna go play video games. Like, if everything's done, I feel like booting up the Xbox and actually playing some fucking Battlefield 1 or some shit, I'm gonna play some Battlefield 1. It's not a disorder to do something that you like. Granted, they do say that it has to be around like 12 months for it to be considered this bullshit gaming disorder. But it just drives me crazy. Like, let's pretend that this bar spoon, let's pretend that it's a heroin needle. Hey, stop. You stop, man. It's gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill you to spend a day off playing video games. Holy shit, man. Like, it's an interest and not issue. What drives me crazy, though, is that they're also categorizing it as a mental health condition. It honestly pisses me the fuck off. Some of the symptoms that a WebMD uses is the following symptoms are from WebMD. A heavy focus on internet gaming, which is also very broad. Are we talking like video games in general or just MMOs? Because MMOs are designed to be addictive. Extra Credits actually did something on arbitrary endpoints. I'm going to put a link here and in the crotch bar down below. And it's just designed to not have an endpoint. Like, they could be like, yo, you've been playing for a while, calm down. Or like, hey, you've been playing for way too long, we're cutting your experience gain in half or whatever. But they don't do that. It says, oh, hey, you got another level, keep going, kiddo. Withdrawal symptoms when internet gaming is taken away: sadness, anxiety, and irritability. Thing is, like, you can make some pretty damn good friends on these MMOs. So yeah, that kind of explains itself. There's tolerance, not being able to play less, giving up other activities and loss of interest in activities that were once enjoyed, continuing to play despite problems. We play video games to avoid our problems. Saving family members, They're honestly treating this like a fucking drug addiction, which is insane in my opinion. The one that really gets me though is the use of internet gaming to relieve negative moods such as guilt or hopelessness. That is honestly just like a real fucking big smack to the face, in my opinion. Here's a quick story. The first MMO that I played, which we will consider an internet game, is Grand Fantasia. It was back in 8th grade. Yeah, and I ended up joining like the first guild that ended up asking me to join. And little old 13-year-old me was like so fucking excited. Just holy shit. Like, I made such good friends there. I mean, granted, I kind of gave my in-game gold away to anyone who needed it, but it's an in-game currency. It's not like I'm actually tossing my money away at the game. I could have, but I didn't have money, so we're good. Like, actually kind of funny situation came up. I thought someone was around my age, and anyone from 10 to whatever who has the hots for a girl on the internet. Granted, it was anyone who gave me attention at the time. She was like needing like stuff to repair a weapon, and she was like, I'm short by like 50 gold, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, here's 25 gold, buy yourself something nice. And she was like, dude, 1, I'm 27 or something like that. 2, I'm getting married soon, dog. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, still, take the gold, you need it. And it just, ugh. The one that also kind of drives me, well, it doesn't drive me crazy, but it makes me bring up some questions, is risk. Having jeopardized or lost a job or relationship due to internet gaming. I feel like they just heard someone say, man, I honestly just kind of want to call off and keep playing Overwatch in a sarcastic tone. And their brain was just like, oh, this is an issue. I feel like it's very rude. Well, not rude, but just like dickish to consider it a mental health disorder, because we're taking resources away from people who actually need it, from people who have like dissociative identity disorder, actual depression, etc., so on and so forth. And a lot of people in like the medical community are like speaking up against this, like, hey, we shouldn't do this, it's considered addiction. And it's fucking nuts. Same source, WebMD. Quote WebMD directly. Some experts are reluctant to include gaming disorder in the ICD. The Society for Media Psychology and Technology, a division of the American Psychological Association, said in a statement that the current research base is not sufficient enough to classify the disorder. And this also brings me to another point about the negative moods. A lot of video games have a therapeutic effect for people, like, not in my area, but therapists are using their resources to like find and have games be made to help with their patients. Like, I think that's fucking awesome. Like, granted, I haven't had that done to me. Well, I haven't participated in that myself, but like games like Far Cry, Final Fantasy X, they have the same effect for me because they give me like a sense of agency when I'm lacking it. Like, I mentioned that in my one of my Far Cry 3 videos, not Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5, there we go. One of my Far Cry 5 videos that I was struggling with depression intensely during my high school years, and Far Cry 3 and a bunch of other games helped out with that. I made one of my best friend groups on Xbox, and we still talk to this fucking day. Granted, I'm a little bit like spotty on communication, but that's just me being shit at communication. I feel like that it's taking away from people with mental health issues who need it more than just people who like to play the vidya. But I feel like this is just a group of people who are probably spending their free time on Facebook all the fucking time going, oh, you like something different? You have a disorder! And fucking, I feel like it's deflecting, like, addressing the root cause of our issues. Let's say the next mass shooting in America happens. I pray that it doesn't happen, but you know what? Fuck it. Columbine 2 just happened. Whoop-de-doo. This is nothing new. Instead of being like, hey, was this guy dealing with, like, bipolar disorder, depression, dissociative identity disorder? He played that fork knife, he has a disorder. Let's say Dickbag Daryl just fucking spends his time playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and has his kids starve. A shit parent? Nope, it's that gaming disorder. Fucking, we're not going to get to the root cause of our issues in our society with this, and we won't if we have this disorder become a thing. So I don't know how to fucking stop this. It's the goddamn World Health Organization. But what we can do is be vocal about it. Be like, yo, this is addiction. And with all things that could be addictive, you do this in moderation. Like, you do this under supervision and all that shit. Instead of fucking trying to blame everything on video games, like, the people who are trying to, like, have this become a thing, this gaming disorder become a thing, should get involved, be like, hey, why do people like this so much? What can we do so they don't become addicted and not have a newfound mental disorder for doing something that they like? We should be, like, having parents and kids, like, talk about it. Like, I've had multiple people that I know, their parents would, like, sit down and play the video games with them, and they would talk about what's going on, like, not, like, on a deep philosophical level, but they would talk about it further. And I feel like that's the route that we should be going, not just being like, oh, you like something different? You have a disorder, buddy. I know this video was a bit all over the place, but it's honestly something very close to me. Video games is a very big part of my life. So, I'm just gonna end this video here. If you liked it, awesome. Spread the word. Subscribe to my Twitter, please, for the love of God. That's how you get your notifications. And, ring that bell. You know what to do. I'm thehamsarris. I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye. It's not like we're just fucking, like, throwing everything away. We're actually fucking landed in the launch.